As life is going on, and days pass by, each one of us has a path to follow, a journey to go on, and a purpose to fulfill. Among a million of those who are walking their own paths, having hope that they will catch the light at the end of the tunnel. They have passed through hard times. They fall only to stand up stronger. They lived experiences and made dozens of mistakes, only to learn and grow mature. In a million of persons, there are a million of stories to be told. A story of a life. The point of no return. From a million stories, there are those which are barely similar, and each one carried a lesson, if many, to be learned. The following are real-life stories of those who struggled to reach their wants, dreams, and desired lives. A chance to read those stories, those persons, to learn from their mistakes, to know how they managed to move on. That time passes by, and life waits for no one. I was a common person, a normal person, far from being attractive or aiming to catch lights. I was shadowed in my own self, in my own weird personality, that I didn't have the least courage to let it show up. I was criticizing myself all the time, and even help those who feed on people's fears and weaknesses. I've given them a chance to make me feel inferiority most of the time. I never had close friends, best friends. Now, I realize that the ones who used to be close, or for a better wording, pretend to be close for their own advantage, not mine for sure. Fool me, I was doing all I can to keep them. They were using me, and I was aware of it, but I've chosen not to believe it. Kept convincing myself it's life, after all. We helped and be helped. But it was me helping until there was nothing left to give. I found myself abandoned on the way, in the half of everything. Beautiful moments, memories, high expectations, and even my psychological and emotional healing. Drifted back to the edge, to the 0 point, to start again, to learn again how to trust, how to keep people as long as they want to stay, not as long as I want them to stay. A year full of surprises, great expectations rise on the top. But I had enough to the day. I've been experiencing failure for the big part of my life. I tried to believe once more that this is it, the dream life I've been waiting for. But there was too much glamour and shining deeds that felt suspicious, much more fake to be real. I was in between, wanting to have faith and waiting for the hidden things and the unseen faces to be revealed. One final year, one last step to be free from this present where our dreams and our fears have no meaning and no value. We only aim for a passport to leave with no return. Baccalaureate was our passport for a better life, or at least for better conditions. It's a door which, when we pass through, there is no way to go back, to look back. A new life, new dreams, new people, and even more fear of having and losing. I had few friends, if not one friend. I've got out of all that mess, but I kept feeling insecure. I kept holding myself back. I kept feeling frightened and doomed all the way long. That feeling of inferiority and low self-esteem, blaming myself for everything. I knew deep inside that I needed to change. I needed to stop giving without taking. I needed to stop holding on to those who aren't pleased having me. I needed to break the walls I've built around myself and locked myself within. I've discovered, after all those years, that it was me making myself feeling inferior. It was me underestimating myself and feeling unsatisfied for the last thing I do. I won't deny the fact that people made it even worse, but it was me the solution. I had to realize that moment that I need to know my own worth. That the moment I know my worth, everything will go back to its rightful place. That moment I change. The moment I learn how to forgive myself, to think of myself at the first place instead of thinking of others. At that moment, I'll know how to live right, how to go forward with no more looking back. All that I have passed through was for good, for my own sake. I've learned wholly and perfectly. Now, I know that I've to do for good, as far as I'm not overlooking my own benefits. I won't be attached to people who are passes for a short period of time in our lives. I won't consume myself for others. I won't blame myself for others, that it's their own issues and I have nothing to do with it. Years goes by, and I am much of a better person. I'm fully satisfied with the things I've achieved to the day. I'm still dreaming of achieving more. I had new friends, close friends, and those who appreciate me the most. The point is never to lose yourself for others. Never ignore your potentials, your own desires and dreams. It's you that matters. After all, keep believing in yourself, in people. Good people exist. In life, in friendship, in love, in everything beautiful, in everything good. Can we lie to say we can make it all alone? Can't we? Actually, we can't. We are social beings by nature. We are made to live in groups, to live with others, to give and take, to communicate, to connect. And all those who deny this human nature, they'll be living in a big lie. I was a true believer of this, especially that I was raised in a loving family. I had enough love and support all along the way here. What made me a socially shaped person, kind of person who cherishes others and doesn't hesitate to give them love, support, and respect they needed and mostly deserved. Or I believed so. All my life, I've met a lot of people. I had ones as mates, as friends, or even close best friends. But the thing is, I was not all the time the same for them. I used to believe that we weighed the same in each other's hearts, but that was completely wrong. We don't need to own the same value to someone whom we value. And that's the ugly contradiction I have to believe in. I used to deny it. I hope I could know it before passing through all of that. It wasn't easy to overcome those hard moments. It wasn't easy either to have myself back, to be me, the loving, supporting person, to be stuck in the between, giving up everything and collapsing at once, or standing up again and forcing myself to believe. and I have been always a person of good decisions. Not like my decisions are always right, but I've managed to know how to take the one with the least losses. My story is about friendship, friends, and temporary persons who get into our lives for a reason. There was a time when I had a lot of people inside my life, a lot of friends. I've never had such many friends, but it was great. I thought it was. A year full of fun and good moments that I still keep some of them in my memory. Good memories are always hard to be forgotten, right? Me, the innocent, mature stupid little person, thought that this friendship is bigger and stronger than having an end, that it will last forever as we grow old. I was young, a daydreamer, a fairy tale princess. I was thinking that there was no hard times, no sadness, and no sorrow. And if it happens that we faced a problem, we'll figure it out at once, as superheroes. But the world is not that fair. Life is not full of roses, and time passes and leaves us behind. I had to grow up to realize that things aren't that easy to get, but easy to be lost. I had to change my way of looking at things from the very start. I've reached the moment that I've lost all of my friends, all of them. My infancy best friend, my friends, my close ones, every single person, every single fake person leaves my doors forever. The fact that when I put something behind my back, there is no power on earth that can bring it back to my life again. I got out of that messy world on my own. I had only 2 friends who were there and still standing by my side to the day. God knows I needed them the most to make it here. God knows I needed them to pass through all those bad feelings I had about myself, my world and my beliefs all fall at once, and I needed to rebuild everything all over again. One time a life is enough for someone to learn not to trust that much, to be certain that much, and to give that much without taking. I've read too much. I've improved my skills. I've worked on myself only to know how people think. I had to learn that not to fall on the same hole twice. After that big loss, I didn't have any friends for years. I had to heal. After all, I had to cope with the reality that as much as we have people, as much as we are able to lose them at any time. I had to know what losing truly means and to learn how to let go. Because sometimes it feels relief than holding on to something that is meant to leave. I've learned my lesson. Now I know deeply that the few ones I got are those who choose to stay when everyone was leaving. And that I should know people's intentions before giving them the chance to ruin my life again. That people don't earn their places in our hearts, but they earn them. And I hope I've earned my place to those ones who cherish me the most. When resistance breaks us apart, acceptance sets us free. I was a kind of person full of negativity, expecting the worst to be happening all the time, blaming everyone and everything when things didn't go the way I want. Anger filling my soul towards everything that surrounds me. I couldn't know what happened till I became such a gloomy person. There must be a thing for sure, but it was too late to fix it. Maybe to fix me. Then it turned the other way around and made me that person I hated to the day. Why blaming others when it was me the one who needed to change? The one who should be the responsibility to fix himself, to set himself free, because I was captured inside the negative zone. To start looking differently to life, to believe again in people, in good, to believe in me. I had to stop complaining at a certain point. I had to believe that everything happened for a reason. That's the only truth I kept facing for the rest of my life. I had to know that there's still hope and beautiful unlived experiences waiting for me. I had to be positive, to look differently as long as I'm learning and experiencing new stuff. I had to find me, that I was lost for a long time. I've changed. All the negative emotions that were blinding me, anger, sadness, disappointments, failure, and blame, have surprisingly vanished forever. It was all about me. My willingness to see that I needed to do that step, to stop complaining, and to start finding solutions instead. To be satisfied with what I have rather than looking for what others have. To work on myself, to develop gradually. To keep doing mistakes only to learn better. To have faith that everything is happening for a reason. That everything surrounds me was meant to be. I'm meant to be here and now, to pass through all those hard times, to stumble and fall, stand up and fight. I believe that all that I have lived makes me the person I am today, and I dare say I'm a better person now. I'm still learning, and I'm still doing mistakes, but I'm improving. I'm believing that we have to accept ourselves, accept that we need to be open to change, because resistance will make it harder to realize that changing is always the first step for a better you. Hello again. That was our last episode for this season of Asterism podcasts. There was 3 real-life stories, 3 lessons learned through experiences. These were just few of a dozen of stories of persons who struggled and made it to get what they deserved. I hope we all can learn some lessons from the stories we are told all the time. I hope we all have courage to share our stories with those who need guidance in their lives. Still, we'll be glad to receive your feedback and suggestions. We hope we've managed to bring pleasing stories to your ears. All I can say now is to stay safe and fine wherever you are. Keep dreaming, keep fighting. See you on the next season. Bye.